Hello, I'm Jessie.
Watching through the podcast, we're just coming off of exciting theme music.
I just got home from work and we're tired.
Try it again. Okay. Seriously.
We're not, that's not our kind of music. Hi, it's Jessie, and Garrett just got home from work, and he's sitting right across from me. Can you say something so they know that I'm not speaking to no one?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, how are you? We just finished eating dinner. We had spaghetti that I made.
Something that bothers me is we've done 3 episodes of this podcast, and I'm coughing so much all the time.
You're coughing a lot?
Yeah, I coughed in the first one. I coughed in the second one. I just coughed again. I wanted to stop coughing, and now I'm coughing again.
I think it's because, you know, like when you're going to make like an important phone call or something, and you like make sure that, you know, you don't cough in the middle of it or like clear your throat or anything weird. You do it like right before you're like, yeah. And like right before they answer and they're like, hello. And I'm like, oh, hello.
Oh my gosh, I'm sweating.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
But anyway, yeah, maybe you should get that looked at.
Yeah, I've had this cough for like months now. It's annoying.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. But you have never gotten it.
Nope.
So it must not be contagious.
Yeah. I don't really get coughs or like headaches that often. I do get stomach aches a lot, and those are harder to catch.
Oh, yeah. Because you're a girl.
Hey, it's because of the cheese, man. The cheese is out to get me. I love it.
Yeah.
But it hates me.
Yeah, she has a dairy sensitivity, and so she has to take dairy pills all the time whenever we eat.
Let's just say I love it, and it doesn't love me back. It's a one-sided relationship.
No, you know what sucks about that, though, is I'm constantly having to remind you, take your dairy pills. And whether you have a dairy pill or not, whether we're at home or we're somewhere else, whether or not you have your dairy pill, you always eat the dairy. Mm-hmm. And you eat copious amounts.
Because I love it. Cottage cheese is my favorite food.
I know.
I love cheese.
But many of you guys might not realize this, but when somebody with dairy sensitivity eats dairy, even with the help of a dairy pill, you spit on my face.
I was trying to make a farting sound with my mouth. We're so mature.
She is so gassy in bed.
Hey, this is mean. I don't like this. Let's change the subject.
Do you remember what I said to you when
I asked you what was the thing you noticed, like, that was the most different, or like something you didn't expect, like when we were married, and you said,
I was shocked at how much you eat and how much you fart.
Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all,
that was the biggest thing that I learned going from dating you to being engaged to you to marrying you.
You also weren't with me during most of my meals, and now you are.
Yeah, and there is much
3 meals a day.
Much flatulence.
You're yelling so loud.
Much flatulence.
Really screaming. It's hurting my ears.
I'm sorry.
My goodness. Anyway, this is a chill podcast.
Yeah.
Garrett.
Okay, we need to chill out. Okay.
Chill out. We've actually been having a pretty good time recently. What is it, January 6th? So we just had New Year's, kind of like the first whole week-ish of the year. It's been pretty good. We've both been having a good time together, watching shows, just hanging out, just having a good old time, making each other laugh, and
yeah,
it's been really fun.
Yeah, it's been good. I feel like we didn't really have a honeymoon phase in our relationship to start off with, and it feels like a couple of months into the relationship, we're finally having a bit of a honeymoon phase.
Like in marriage?
Yeah, in marriage.
I think it's because right now, like, a lot of things are pretty much, like, expectations are set now. Like, there's certain things that, like, you want me to do, and there's things I want you to do, and we're aware of what they are more. And, like, we've gotten all that not so pretty part out of the way, and now it's just, like, more fun and, like, okay, what do you want to do today, and stuff like that.
Yeah. So if any of you are curious, I mean, for the first couple of months of marriage, following the honeymoon, I would say it started immediately. There was some tension between us. There was some arguing. I mean, it's January 6th. We've been married for 3 months now.
We've been married for 3 months to today. That's so weird. Happy anniversary. Happy 3-month anniversary.
Happy 3-month anniversary. Who's counting?
Yeah, it was kind of tough because, I feel like that happens to a lot of married couples because you have certain expectations. Even in a lot of the books that we had to read before we were married, they're like, you're going to have expectations, so, like, just be careful,
Yeah, and you don't really know how to deal with them until they actually start to come up. I mean, even weird stuff that you never thought would be an issue.
What's an expectation you expect me to do that I didn't?
Oh, you know what I'm going to say. And I don't know if you want me to say it on the podcast. It has to do with doorknobs and pretty much everything that you touch.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's different. That's not, like, an expectation. Like,
yeah, but it was not something that I knew. I didn't know it, though. Like, I knew about it. I didn't know it, though.
Yeah. Well, okay, so yeah, we can talk about that. That's fine.
Yeah.
I have OCD, and so I have a hard time touching things that I deem unsanitary, such as certain doorknobs and things.
It's a lot of things.
And you weren't maybe quite prepared for that. I used to be a lot worse, though. I'm getting a lot better.
Yeah, and we talked about it before, and I'd seen some of it while we were dating. But actually living with you now, we didn't live with each other until we got married.
Yeah.
Which was really good.
Yeah.
But it's like after marriage, I mean, you've got to figure out how to live with someone. I never lived with a girl before, apart from my mom.
Apart from your mom, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you've only had brothers.
Yeah. And
I've only had sisters. I've never lived with a boy apart from my dad. So
yeah.
I've experienced many toilet seats being stand up. And I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
I almost fell in one night, and I was like, ah! Oh.
Yeah. I'll try to be better about that, man. But it's just like, I didn't even grow up with that. Like, that's something that I'd heard it, like, mentioned offhand, like, that was, like, a courtesy thing where you don't leave the toilet seat up. And I'd heard it mentioned offhand, but I didn't really think too much of it because nobody had ever said anything to me about it, ever. I didn't really even understand it until I was, like, in my 20s.
Wow. And
like,
you're 22, so that's
like
recent.
I was either 19 or 20 when I realized, oh, this is an actual thing.
Courtesy thing.
And this is why. Because girls are lazy.
Girls don't always look before they sit. That's the difference. I mean, you wouldn't want to, like, go in there and sit because you have to do your business, and then you're the one who didn't put the seat down.
Yeah, no, so that's happened to me. So that has happened to me in the middle of the night before, but I usually always look, but in the middle of the night, don't look. It's happened to me only a couple of times ever.
I just can imagine, like, sleepy Garrett, like, going to use the toilet, and he's like, oh my gosh.
I pop back up pretty quickly and go.
I feel like you would wake up
pretty
fast.
Pooh, crap.
Yeah.
And then I just put it down, and then I forget about it 5 seconds later, because I have the memory of a goldfish.
But anyway, aside from toilet things, so I think, like, we've kind of worked out, like, a little bit more of my OCD. I've gotten a lot better. I'm getting help and stuff like that, and so that's good. And I think the one thing I kind of was expecting from you, minus the toilet seat, because, like, that's kind of, like, I don't care that much, was, like, I expected you, and I even told you this, I wanted you to take out the trash, because, again, OCD, I don't like touching trash, or trash cans, or trash bags, or anything. And I said I'll do everything else if you just take out the trash. So
Yeah.
And you do, which is nice. Sometimes you don't, but that's okay because we're working through it.
Here's the thing. I knew about taking out the trash and about how women like guys to take out the trash. I didn't realize that meant all trash. I just walked into the bathroom, and the trash can in the bathroom is overflowing.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean all trash.
You want me to take out that trash too?
Yes, we only have 2 trash cans. Just condense them.
That trash can fills up in freaking 5 seconds.
That's because it's like so small. It's like 6 inches by 6 inches of a wastebasket. We need to get a bigger wastebasket.
We need to get a new trash can for the bathroom.
I'll look for one at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah. I don't like that trash can. It used to be like a desk trash can.
Oh, I was wondering where you got it.
Yeah. So I've had that trash can for a
tables.
while. It was next to my desk in my bedroom for years, and it barely ever filled up. And now when it's been here, I
fill it up so quickly because of Q-tips and tissues and just tissue boxes and stuff,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll look for a new wastebasket at the Dollar Tree next time.
Yeah, I'm also weirded out every time I look in the trash can, and I think you've cleaned out your hairbrush or something.
Yeah.
And there's just a ball of hair.
A tiny mouse.
Again, I've never lived with a girl before.
I have to do that, otherwise my brush won't brush through my hair as well.
I know, and I guess that makes sense, but every time I walk in, I'm like, "Wah!"
There's a bunch of hair.
What is that?
What is that, rat?
Just all of a sudden, things are appearing in my apartment now. And I'm just
and you're not used to it.
And I'm not used to it, and so I'm having to get used to it. And there's a lot of good things. I mean, this is very pleasant. I mean, I brought this in, but
the flowers. Oh yeah. Garrett got me flowers for the last day of 2019. It was really sweet and cleaned up the house, and it was really nice. And I cried. I was so happy.
Yeah, those are a week old now. They're still
I know, they look so good, right?
Yeah.
They don't look too bad. I actually was gonna probably change the water, trim them, but the vase is a little tall, so I don't know if I'll trim it. But I put
a lot more water than that in that. This thing's been drinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, we've just been talking about flowers. They're very pretty. They're roses. But anyway, what were we talking about?
Expectations, OCD.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I feel like we've kind of now, since we've been married for 3 months, we've talked about certain expectations that we have, and there's just like ones like you like, and even ones that like we never really thought about until like after we were married. Like, you asked me to make the bed every day, and I do the best I can to make the bed every day. Sometimes I don't do it right away, and I leave, and I don't come home until you're already home. So
yeah, most days though you've been making the bed, and that's something that I really appreciate.
I try to when I can and remember to.
Yeah, here's something about Jessie and I want to kind of dispel like gender role rumors and stuff, and just kind of be clear about what we think. We come from Christian backgrounds. We're both Christians. We both go to church, and but we're not. I don't want that to make it sound like, or this conversation that we have to sound like we're locked into like gender roles, like Jessie cooks and I don't cook.
No, you cook and you clean and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I did that when I was a kid because my mom had me do it. My mom had me learn how to do it. She had me learn how to cook. She had me learn how to clean. I do that all the time. Whenever I have a day off.
Shout out to Denise Bailey for being an awesome mother-in-law.
Yeah, she said that you came over for brunch on Sunday when I was out of town.
Yeah, Garrett, I was out of town this weekend, and they invited me over for brunch, and I had brunch with them, and it was wonderful.
Yeah, Jessie.
It was very good.
And I think it's because Jessie loves her brothers.
I do. I have younger brothers
and
now.
she loves her dog-in-law.
My dog-in-law. Yeah, Garrett's family has a dog. Her name is Carmen. She's a good dog.
Yeah.
I love Carmen. Garrett loves Carmen. Everyone loves Carmen.
Yeah, I was actually just on the phone with my mom when I was driving home from work, and she was saying that I think Jessie comes over because she loves her brothers and she loves Carmen.
Aw. No, I come over because I love everyone. I like talking to your mom and your dad. Your dad was gone, too, this weekend because he was with you. But, yeah, I like just talking to them. They're really nice people.
Yeah, my dad and I we work together.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Not that often, but this weekend we did.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
Yeah. That's cool. But anyway, what else? What were we talking about? I keep losing my train of thought.
Expectations. Oh, yeah,
yes.
We were talking about, like, gender things. Like, we're not locked into, like, women only do this, men only do this.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe subconsciously we do that, but
I think
we're
it's
not.
just because you know how to cook pretty well. I don't, so I want to take this time in our early marriage to learn how to cook more things before we like have a family and stuff, like a big family.
You did a good job tonight. You made spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah, and like that is a pretty simple dish, but like
it was simple, but it was very good.
Sometimes that used to take me a long time because I had to figure it out for myself, and I would overcook the noodles, and I'd burn the meatballs, like simple stuff. So like I'm learning. Okay, my mom liked cooking. She didn't really care for us to cook, so I never really learned to cook, and neither did my sisters. But also I just like taking care of I like taking care of the laundry because I'm OCD and like stuff like that, and you know I try to cook as much as can and clean because I also work part-time right now, and you're in school and you work 2 jobs, so it makes sense that I would do more of the household stuff at this time in my life.
Yeah, it's not a gendered thing. Like when I have a day off, I will clean stuff. Like because it's mostly because I have a work addiction. Like I in the sense that I need to always be doing something and being productive, otherwise I get depressed.
Garrett's very type A, so he likes to make sure the house is clean.
Yeah, so if I have a day off, I'm not sitting on the couch and I am sitting on the couch and watching Netflix.
Yeah, but you're also like here and there, like fold the laundry and I'll do the dishes, you know, and I'll cook dinner that night or something, you know. Yeah. Which is really nice. I really appreciate it. I love you.
Yeah. Thank you. I love you too. I appreciate you too, and I appreciate all the stuff you do around the house.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's mostly because I'm trying to be productive in a concrete way. I'll get up and I will go grocery shopping. I will clean the house. I will fold the laundry. One thing. So this is something that we've fallen into. This might be a gendered thing that we've kind of do. You do all the laundry. I have not done laundry for 3 months. I've done laundry all my life.
That's also due to the fact that we don't have a washer and dryer at our current apartment. So I usually go to my parents' house because they're pretty much empty nesters now, so nothing's really going on there. So they'll let me do laundry there, or I help my sister watch her kids, and she'll let me do laundry while I'm at her house helping watch her kids. Yeah. So like, there's not really been a need for you to do the laundry because like it just works out that I can with the places I can go. Yeah. You know, and again, I also work part-time and you work 2 jobs right now and school, so. Yeah.
Yeah, again, it's not a gendered thing. It's just kind of a schedule. It's fallen into it because of our schedules. Like that's the way the way it's worked out.
Yeah, and maybe someday when we have a washer and dryer, there will be like a week where I'll be like, Garrett, can you please do the laundry because I don't have time because I'm working 2 jobs and you're not, or something, you know? Like it is, something might happen, you never know. But I think it just worked out that I just take care of the laundry because I just don't work as often as you, so I have time during the day to go somewhere and do it. Yeah.
So a lot of people talk about marriage and the way that roles complement each other in marriage. Like you complement each other. You're equal. Not one of you is better than the other, but you're doing different things that complement each other. It's called complementarianism. I'm sure you can imagine why. Wow. It's called complementarianism.
This is a very serious conversation.
Well, yeah. I mean, we kind of fell into it a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Word of the day, complementarianism. And I think it's a good thing, and I think that it's something that the feminist movement has kind of like lost. The kind of the modern feminist movement. The original feminist movement talked about not restricting women, and the modern feminist movement seems to kind of pressure women into focusing on career and not being tied down by their family, and I don't think that's necessarily true. I think that there's a lot of roles that are necessary to be fulfilled in a family. The house needs to be cleaned. Whether it's by the man or a woman makes no difference. But what you need to be doing
is be messy.
But what needs to happen in any marriage is those things need to happen. One or the other needs to do it, and there needs to be some sort of agreement on that. And every couple does it differently.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know a lot of couples where, like, the guy's the one who cooks all the time, and the wife does the laundry and all the cleaning because she works a full-time job and he works a part-time job. Like, you never know, you know?
Yeah. And so it's all about a partnership and about working together. Traditionally, guys go out and make money. Mm-hmm. But
traditionally.
But sometimes women can go out and make money, and you got to stay at home dad.
Mm-hmm.
That's not traditionally the way it's worked, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. You got to figure out what works for you.
Every couple is different, and that's one of the reasons why I feel like people get married in the first place, is because like they have found that person who agrees with them. Like on life, on choices, on taste in music and film, and they just, like they just like understand each other,
Yeah,
and
you don't necessarily need to be the same either.
Yeah, you don't need to be the same person. Like me and Garrett are definitely different. He's very type A, and I'm very type B. Like I'm more messier than him. You can be messy in certain ways, but like really, I'm definitely the messier one. And like, but he still loves me, and we still like the same taste in movies and like books and like all that other stuff. And so, it's nice that like we can have different interests in things and also have the same interest in things, but still understand what's really important.
Yeah, and the important thing at the end of the day is that we love each other, and when we love each other, we're serving each other, helping each other out, we're giving each other gifts, and just being there for each other.
Yeah.
Speaking of gifts, I didn't tell you this, but I actually have something for you.
A present?
Yes. So
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I did not know there was going to be a present.
Yes. So I actually told my mom about this because you called me when I was on my way home from work, and she's like, "You want to do a podcast when you get home from work?" And I was like, "Sure." And I thought of this idea as you were on the phone, and I was like, "Oh, I've got this gift for her that I haven't told her that I was getting her yet." So I'm not going to tell her. And I'm going to give it to her on the podcast so I can get her full reaction.
Oh my gosh, now I'm scared. Now I have to perform. Oh, okay. Compose.
You don't have to perform. You just got to be honest.
Oh my gosh, how did I not notice you had a gift for me? Oh my goodness. I'm so blind. This is why Garrett's type A and I'm type B.
Well, I hit it pretty well.
Okay.
I hit it pretty well. I put my backpack next to the table. It is in my backpack right now. So I know this is really super compelling live TV.
Oh my gosh, what if it's a bad gift? Oh my gosh.
No. I don't think it'll be a bad gift. I think you'll enjoy it.
I pretty much like anything that people give me.
So I was out of town this weekend, and I was missing my wife. And I saw these and I thought I would get them for you. I thought you would like them.
You got me Crocs. That's awesome.
So if you can't tell, I got her a pair of Crocs. Hopefully they're the right size. They're in 8s.
I think that is pretty much the size.
So
you got like the little pins on them. They're
so
cute.
Yeah, so those came with them. Those are a promotional Crocs. They were actually I think the promotions ended.
What are they promoting?
It was a collaboration with this actress named Ruby Rose who plays Batwoman on the CW.
That's why there's like a bat thing. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really actually look at these super closely because they only had one. Does it say Ruby on that? Because it says Rose on this one. Yeah. So
that's cool though.
So
it's funny because like is the top's like dirty.
Yeah. So
and that
these
must be the
like
style that. Because the bottom is not dirty at all.
Yeah.
So weird looking.
Exactly.
Can I try them on?
Yeah, try them on. Try them on. This is great podcasting.
Oh my gosh, they fit! Oh my gosh, I can't wait to show Gracie. She's my friend who loves Crocs. This is awesome. Thank you, Garrett.
You're welcome. Awesome. I've been promising to get you Crocs for a while, and I finally got the opportunity to get you some this weekend.
They're actually pretty comfortable. I'm gonna wear them for the rest of the podcast, even though there's a tag on it. I don't care.
They are comfortable?
Yeah. There's like, I had knockoff Crocs a long time ago. I got for free from my cousin, and so like I've never had real Crocs, but they're like, they just feel comfortable. Like the bottom has like bumps on them. I don't know. They just feel like comfortable. They just feel like slippers. They're like rubbery instead of like soft and cushiony, you know? Thank you, Garrett. I would hug you, but you're kind of far away and make a loud noise. Love Pat.
Love Pat. Oh, we're blocking the camera. We should do it this way.
Sorry. No way. We're also recording this on camera.
Yeah.
Because we can.
Yeah. Because
just in case we don't get it somewhere.
Yeah, and I've got a camera, so we can do that.
Oh.
I just realized that I'm sitting like really far out of frame, so I'm sorry. Because I've been like sitting back here for like a lot of the podcast.
Oh.
And
it's the Jessie show.
Yeah, so it's been mostly the Jessie show.
That's okay.
I'm
more entertaining.
We're gonna cut out all. This is never gonna make air.
No, it totally is. I am just, what you came here for. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, hey, I called you today and I was like, you need to host. I'm too tired to host.
Yeah, he did. He said, if we're gonna do a podcast, can you host it? Because I'm too tired. I just worked all day. And I said, yeah, sure. I only worked part of the day, so yeah, that's fine. Yeah. And I like hosting. I mean, like, I'm not really a performer. I used to do stage crew a lot, which is a whole nother story. And I did choir and orchestra, but never, like, singled out. But this is fun, because it's just you and me,
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah. I like doing the podcast with you. It's kind of like a diary, almost. Or like a journal of, like, what we're going through at the time,
Yeah. No one's going to listen to this.
If anything, we'll just listen back to it and be like, oh, I remember that,
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so we were talking about loving each other, and then I gave you a gift.
Thank you. I don't have a gift for you.
That's okay. That's okay. I kind of surprised you.
My gift for you is a somewhat clean house, because I tried to clean as much as I could. I did start taking the decorations down the tree, because you told me to take the tree down, and I can't lift it because it's too big.
You know what your mom got you last year for Christmas?
Like 2019 last year? Like just a few weeks ago?
2018 Christmas.
What my mom got me for Christmas in 2018.
It was a very special gift that is great for taking the star off the tree.
We did a white elephant gift to my family last year, and it was like supposed to be like a nice white elephant gift. It was like the value was like $25, I think. And so the gift I got was when my mom had wrapped up for the white elephant, and it was a step stool. Like a 2-step step stool, which is so handy. That's like the best white elephant gift I've ever got. It's something that you think about wanting, but you never really want to buy it until you absolutely need it, but I've needed it so much. I'm really glad I have it. But yeah, I guess I could have used the step stool to take off the star, but I thought, maybe you would want to do it. Also, it's like, it's just Christmas is over and I'm sad.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
Christmas is so short in 2019. Hope it's longer next year. I haven't even looked at the calendar.
Yeah, me either.
Just let me get through this winter first. It hasn't even snowed that much yet, and I know it's coming. Yeah. It's gonna snow.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I hope it snows. I love snow, but I like snow when it snows so much that I can't go anywhere, so I have to stay home.
Oh, I feel the same way.
I feel like that's how most people like snow.
Well, what's also great is I love where there's so much snow that people don't want to drive, but not quite enough that the police are like, you're not allowed to drive.
Oh, so like you can still go outside if you want to.
But there's nobody on the road, and that means I can have fun.
No, Karen. That's so bad.
Hey, I remember it was early days of dating. I took you spinning around in my Jeep once.
No, you didn't. You talked about it, but you never did.
Did I never do it?
No, you did it, and you filmed it with your brother.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But then you showed me the video, but you never did it with me.
Yeah. There was... I remember one time I dropped you off at home, and it was really late. Or maybe I was just leaving your house, and I'd been there all day at your parents' house, spending time with you. And I remember leaving, and there was nobody on the road. It was pretty late at night, and the roads were all iced over. It was all black ice. And I remember driving out, and my wheels were spinning, and I drifted around the corner, and I missed the lane completely, but there was nobody on the road, so it was whatever.
Back in the neighborhood.
Yeah. I don't want this to sound like I'm a reckless driver. I'm not.
Garrett
I'm very careful.
Garrett is... Okay, let me just say, I didn't get my license till I was like 19, and I did lots of after-school programs, and I had so many of my friends and peers drive me home all the time. Probably over 100 people have driven me somewhere. And Garrett is honestly the best driver I've ever been with. He's so safe. Maybe too safe sometimes, but he seriously One of the best drivers I know.
Too safe. I take risks. I
take risks.
You
take risks driving? Oh my gosh, what are you doing?
I should say this. I can be aggressive. I've started honking at people.
Oh, that's crazy.
The problem is I drive a Honda Civic, so my horn's like wee wee
Wee,
wee.
wee. That's funny. But
it's a very puny horn. I used to have a Jeep and it had a better horn.
Maybe someday. Well, you just finished paying off your Honda, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe someday when that car starts to break down and we have a little bit more money behind us, we can get you a nicer big car again.
Yeah. Maybe I'll put the General Lee horn in the...
Like a minivan.
No, we're not doing a minivan.
I'm just kidding,
We're not
Garrett.
doing a minivan.
I know.
We're not doing a minivan.
I know. We can get like one of the big cars like your parents have.
Yeah.
But
I'd like
anyway,
to do that.
what were we talking about?
No, I saying I want to put the General Lee horn in my new car. Do you know what the General Lee is?
No, what's
the General Lee is the Dukes of Hazzard car.
Oh.
You probably know that. It's the
yeah.
orange car with the Confederate flag,
Yeah.
and when you honk, it goes. Yeah, I'm gonna put that horn in my car.
Can you figure out how to do that?
Yeah. So you can actually replace the horns in your car to make them sound different. So you come with the manufacturer puts horn in, but you can replace it.
Oh my gosh, can I get one that just goes, move?
That would be so funny. It might be.
Move. Honk, honk, honk.
That would be so funny if you got a horn that just said move.
What if it was like not even like that aggressive? What if it was just like a sassy girl going, move?
That's a good one.
Woo, that was funny. Anyway.
That's good. That's good.
Oh, that was so loud.
Sorry.
You should warn us before you cough because it's so loud. Just tap me on my shoulder. Smack me hard. Garrett, that was so loud. Why did you do that? Anyway, what were we talking about? We're talking about snow, weather, cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're drifting.
Drifting around. Yeah.
I
don't know.
I like the snow. I hope it snows so we get like locked in because I feel like I like it because then I don't have to go to work because then work is closed.
Yeah.
Because there was one day, I think it was only one day last year, where it might have been, no, I think it was last year, where it was like a level 2, so they closed the roads and they closed both of our businesses that we worked at. And so we all got to stay home, and we didn't live together yet because we weren't married yet, and you were still living with your brother. And, but your apartment was close enough. You walked to our house where I lived with my roommates. We built like a snow fort, and we built puzzles, and had hot chocolate, and like had like this blanket fort thing going on. That was really fun.
And then the best thing we did was at the end of the day.
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about that.
So we had some friends who had just moved, and they had these plastic totes that they had been moving with. They had bought them at Goodwill, and
they were big plastic totes.
And this was at night, and
well, the sun was setting.
Yeah, the sun was setting, and it was a Sunday, and so we hadn't had church that day.
Church was closed because of the roads.
Yeah. And so we got these totes and took them to the church. And the church has this really steep hill. Excuse me.
You're fine.
Has this really steep iced over hill because of how crazy the snow was. And it
was great. I bet you all can see where this is going.
So we took those totes, and we sat one person in a tote each. We went with some friends. We had 3 totes, and everyone linked up, and we pushed them down the hill, and it turned into this like impromptu luge.
Roller coaster.
Yeah, it was like a roller coaster / luge.
Yeah, so like what we did is like each person had to like sit in the tote, and then I think the person had to put their legs in the other tote, and then the other
That's
person
how they
behind
locked
them,
in.
That's how they locked in, and then like, then two people would push it while we were taking turns, because there was like 6 of us, and we were taking turns and like to go down the hill, and that was so fun. I had to steer a lot though. I had to be in the middle of the tote because not everyone could steer, and it would start to drift to the side and hit a hill of snow. Yeah,
there was a pattern to how we had to have everyone sit, because everyone was built. The smallest guy we had was the oldest guy there, was the smallest guy, and so I think we put him in the front because he's, he could turn, but he
could turn a little bit better, and then the back was more like where all the motion was.
Yeah, the heavier.
And then the middle was like the steer.
Yeah.
Like they had to steer where the roller coaster was going. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. That was such a fun day.
Yeah, I've got videos of it.
Oh yeah.
I actually have them posted on my Facebook page if you want to see it. From 2018.
Was it 18 or 19? Was it last year in January, or was it like December of last year?
I don't know. I don't have very many posts on my Facebook page, so you could probably find it pretty quickly. It was a video I uploaded. I don't post very many things, but that was so much fun.
That was so
that
much
I posted it on my Facebook page.
I would love. So we live in that apartment where Garrett lives, so we still live near that church. That's not our church anymore. We moved to a different spot because our church got too big. But we could still go to that hill.
Yeah. We just need a good
We
strike
need
of weather.
snow and ice really hard so that no one's back there. And then roller coaster time. We should get more totes this time.
That would be a lot of fun.
That would be so much fun.
On that note, we got to get going. So, Jessie, what is...
Ready?
Yeah, we got to get going.
Oh.
So, because I got to go back to work tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. So do I.
And so, why don't we talk about your one cool thing?
Like our recommendation?
Recommendation or a cool thing that you enjoyed?
I didn't think about this ahead of time. Trying to think. I'm suddenly blanking. I'm drawing a blank.
Would you like me to go first?
Yeah, you go first while I think of something.
So something that I'd like to recommend. I really enjoy film and TV award shows. I really
I know where this is going.
So I really enjoy watching those. So yesterday was the Golden Globes, the 2020 Golden Globes. That's so weird to say.
2020
Golden Globes.
You know what's weird is to type it on a keyboard because you just have to go doo 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 and you just type it twice. Doo 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 doo. It's so weird. And I did that the other day and I was like, whoa. Anyway, continue.
So So last night we had the Golden Globes, which was hosted by Ricky Gervais, allegedly for the last time, although he said that every time he's hosted.
Yeah.
And so I watched a little bit of it, but I had to get up early for work this morning, so I only watched the opening monologue, and that guy is so funny. Like, he is... I really love comedy. I love all types of comedy, but I have a special place in my heart for machete-style destruction, dropping the hammer comedy.
Jeez.
And that was what Ricky Gervais delivered last night. And it was clever, and it was off color, and it said what everyone was thinking in a really funny way. And I just genuinely enjoyed watching it. Yeah, it was insane. He made an Epstein didn't kill himself joke, which are always funny.
Yeah.
There has never been an unfunny Epstein didn't kill himself joke.
Yeah, which is sad because he did, like, die.
Yeah, but he didn't kill himself.
Yeah. But
yeah, I recommend watching it. Ricky Gervais's opening monologue.
That's so specific.
I will just the opening monologue is just pure hilarity.
I'm sad I missed it because we don't have cable, so I wasn't able to watch it.
Yeah, I sent you the YouTube link.
You did send me the link for the monologue, but like I was sad I wasn't able to watch like the whole award show because I like seeing like what shows are like winning certain awards and like because I feel like there's shows that everyone's heard of, and you're like, oh, this is going to win this award, and this is going to win this award, and then sometimes it doesn't, but it's still a good show. You should still go watch it. So I like seeing which ones get, unfortunately not awarded.
So Succession ended up winning best series, like drama, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah, so the reason I say that is because we got to see the star of Succession, Kieran Culkin.
Stars, yeah.
Because while we were on our honeymoon, we were in the audience for the Late Late Show with James Corden, so we got to see Kieran Culkin when he was on, and also Adam Devine. And now Succession is winning all these awards.
Now I feel like we should watch Succession.
Yeah, he was nominated. I don't know if he won.
He won, or just like the show won?
The show won an award.
I'll
I
have
think
to
it was
check.
like best TV drama.
Yeah, it just happened yesterday, so I haven't heard much about it yet. So I'll have to go online and check.
Yeah, I know that My Baby, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, won best screenplay.
Your baby, like you made it.
Yeah, I made Once Upon a Time.
No,
in
you
Hollywood.
didn't.
No, it was one of my favorite movies.
That one won?
Yeah, that one won best screenplay.
Yeah, that's right.
And Brad Pitt won best supporting actor.
Yeah, he deserved that role. He was really good in that movie.
Yeah, but
that was a good movie. I like that movie.
But yeah, I recommend watching Ricky Gervais's opening monologue for the Golden Globes. It's very insightful. It's very funny. It's very hard hitting. And there's a couple times where they mute it because it's live TV and censoring. Yeah. Stuff like that. But it's really funny, and you know what he's saying. And so I'll post a link to that in the description below.
Very nice, very nice.
So what is your one cool thing?
I have a hard time thinking of something, but I don't like saying things that I haven't finished or stuff. But I think I'll probably just say for today's episode that I'm gonna say my one cool thing I've been enjoying is the book Aragon. Because I have had that book for a long time. I stole it off my sister's bookshelf a long time ago, and she said I could keep it. And I started reading it in middle school, and I remember really loving it, but it's so thick for me as a reader at that time, as far as the tiny words and the many mythical fantasy elements of that book. But I've been really wanting to start it over and actually finish it, and I've been enjoying it deeply. I've been waiting to read it all year. I like to read fantasies in the winter. I'm a seasonal reader. I like thinking that if I read certain things during certain times of the year, it will make me get my full enjoyment out of it. So I've been waiting to read it in the winter, and it's finally winter, and it's just so atmospheric and so magical and wonderful. And it's just it's not I've never read Harry Potter, first of all. Let me just get that out there. So as far as a fantasy, it is not a sissy fantasy, if that makes sense. It's really touches your heart and soul, and it just, oh man, it's just so good. I just really want to keep reading it.
All right.
That's my
Jessie's recommending a book that's been out for 10 years now.
Yeah, I am. You know what?
Okay.
Okay. There's people who haven't heard of it, so have you heard of it?
Yes.
Did you just watch the movie?
I haven't seen the movie or read the book.
See? But now aren't you at least slightly more interested? I was thinking maybe for the podcast in the future, maybe we could recommend movies that we've seen even in the past. It doesn't have to be something we've seen recently. It could just be movies that we recommend, or books we recommend, or something.
Maybe we'll do a movie recommendation segment. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, because we like movies and we met a movie theater, and yeah, I think that'd be really cool. So
we could call a movie night.
I would just want to say that my recommendation was originally going to be hot chocolate with creamer. So aren't you glad I picked a book instead? That's so much cooler. Not just a hot beverage that everyone and their mother knows about. Speaking of, I'm just going to take a sip. So good. Anyway.
Great podcasting.
I like doing this podcast with you. We need to finish working on the channel. Meaning, I need to finish the logo.
Yeah, you need to finish the logo, and that's basically it. And then all these podcasts will go up.
I know. I'm so excited. But anyway, this is really fun. I like doing this whole podcast thing with you. I'm glad we're continuing it with it. You know, we're not just like one and done, you know?
Me too.
I hope it goes on for a while because it's fun. It's just fun sitting down and talking with you, you know?
It's fun sitting down talking with you too. And now we're recording it.
Yeah. Honestly, our conversations sometimes get out of control as far as like the humor, so we're trying to refrain a little bit. But yeah.
All right. Well, that's all for today, folks.
That's all, folks.
We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
See you next time. Bye.